Hi Ankita, how are you?
Yeah, hi Rakesh, I'm good. Thank you. How are you?
I'm absolutely fine, thank you. So sorry for keeping you, making you wait for 10 minutes, right? So I'm absolutely sorry, and thank you so much for sharing your CV with us so that we can connect for mock interview. Right?
Yeah,
So can
thank
you
you
tell
for
us,
giving me a chance to have this one as well. Yeah.
something about yourself?
Okay, so I'm Ankita. I've been from Delhi and I have done my NCA from Banasthali University. I have IT experience of kind of 10 plus years experience, and I have 8 plus years of relevant testing experience. I have worked in multiple domains, like multiple clients having multiple domains, let's say logistic, telecom domain, and hospitality domain as well. And mostly, I have done manual testing with the agile methodology. And however, I have an exposure of kind of automation. So, like seeing the current market scenario, I got to understand that this is a necessity. So I started learning. So I have like Selenium with Java and TestNG, Git, all of these things. I have like some of the hands-on.
Okay, great, wonderful. So let's say if you have 7 to 8 hours of working every day, so how much time do you spend in manual testing? How much time do you spend in automation? And also, are you an individual contributor or you are leading a team of some members?
Earlier, I was an individual contributor. Basically, depends on the project to project. Currently, in which small project I'm working, I'm as an individual contributor as well. But earlier, like one of the logistic project I was working, there I lead a team of 4 people. So there, like we have a big complex project. So that's why how we did it. And coming to like if we have 8 hours for working hours in a daily, so it's like I have some task to be completed as a team, as a testing team. So we are doing that. We are planning those things, and after then, like I try to get some time for my automation learning as well. So I'll try to learn those things from some YouTube channels and as well all these things. So yeah, I'm using this.
Mm,
Depend on the work I have assigned by the project.
okay, great. So you have 4 members in your team. So consider a scenario where there was one of the user story which was supposed to be tested. And out of those 4 members, one of the member who did the testing, he did the testing, he executed all the test cases, but one of the bug got missed by him, and now it is caught at the client end, either at the time of UAT testing or at the time of testing done by them or in production. So how will you, what steps will you take so that this scenario is not repeated?
Okay, so let's say if anyone can have like bug can be missed by me as well. So it's not that, but like if a client found any production bug, so first we'll try to reproduce that bug. We'll try to understand, like maybe because of the configuration issue, environment issue, browser issue, he's getting those bugs. If we are replicating those issues, then we'll have a meeting with the product owner and all development team. So we'll try to get the root cause analysis, like how long this bug is being around in our project, and like due to this bug, like do we have another bug also generated that is still not found with us? And after then, like we'll check with the client. Depend on the priority. Like if it is a critical, then we did we have to uh, close it by early, or we can do it in the next sprint or next release. Depend on the client requirement. Will do as he said, and after then I'll put those issue like put those scenarios in my test cases so that like at the time of regression we don't get those issues again. So my approach is this.
Absolutely, yeah, wonderful. So one thing was good that you mentioned about you will be collaborating with the development team. You'll be making sure there is no any such kind of other defect which can be generated and which is still not caught. And another thing is, the best thing is communication with the client, the transparency with them. Okay, now this is a defect. Now would you need in the same release, or would you want us to go for a patch release? And the third thing that you mentioned it very rightly, that you will also include that test case in your test cycle, in your regression test suite, just to make sure that going forward such things should not be you know getting spillover. This kind of defects should be caught within the internal QA team itself.
Yeah, right. Because some of the time, like at the beginning of the project, some of the clients says like we have maximum 5 days or 4 days, kind of thing to resolve any Q3 issue or Q1 issue, kind of that. So we'll try those issues not get escalated. Like after, like we don't go beyond the time lines of the bug assigned by the client. So after get resolved, like by the developer, the release will test those scenarios and then assign the defect back to client.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, great. Now consider a scenario where one of your team member has developed an automation script, right? Now you are supposed to review his or her code. So which are the different parameters that you will consider at the time of reviewing the code?
Okay, so at the time of reviewing the code, the basic thing is the code should be like the indentation should be proper. There should be some comments. It's not just we have a one class and we are putting lots of comments. So this is not readable basically. And other thing, the code should be maintainable. It's not like the same method or module he'll be writing in every script. Like we try to put the repeated methods in the base class and we'll try to inherit those kind of thing. I'll try to review those. And the most important thing, we'll try to check like whether he's checking like our main purpose of doing automation is to verify any of the scenarios. Like, is he verifying the complete scenario? It's not just that he's doing the positive validation. He should write some negative scenarios as well, so that we can get complete coverage of that small module kind of thing. Yeah.
Okay. Any other thing?
Um, that's it.
Mhm. Okay.
Comes
So
to
at
my
the
mind
time
right
of
now.
reviewing the code, what you will verify whether his code or his method is following the solid principles or not, right? Apart from solid principles, you will be verifying that whether proper assertions have been kept or not. If he has kept soft assertion or he is using hard assertion, right? Then you can also verify whether there is a soft delay is kept, like implicit wait or explicit wait has been used.
Yeah.
He should not be using thread.sleep, right? Then in the naming conventions or in the variable name, he should be following the proper naming conventions as per the programming language, like camel case letters, right? Then
Yeah.
whatever method or whatever function he has created, those function or those methods at the max should be of containing only 7 lines for each method, right? As per the clean code principles. Then last and the very important thing is, we will make sure that he will push his code into the version control repository, maybe SVN or Git, whichever you are having, and then
Yeah.
only he's getting the code reviewed. Otherwise, generally people do keep their code in the local machine, and then if they are absent or if they are not available, so it becomes very difficult from the team perspective to make sure that code is available now with
Yeah.
everyone.
Yeah. That's
Okay?
very important to get the code reviewed in the after Git push, like Git
Yes.
commit.
Okay. Now the client has come to you with one kind of application, right? Which is a mix of both web as well as desktop, right? Now you are supposed to propose an automation tool to them. So what kind of automation tool and on what basis you will propose the tool to them?
Um, I don't have much idea about the automation tool. Like I have used only Selenium, but
Mhm.
like it's if I have to decide whether we have to automate those scenario, that I can decide like
Mhm.
basis on the complexity of the project. It's like what I believe we can like you can't automate everything. If you want a quality project, manual testing is must. But if we have some repetitive tasks, if we have to do some tasks daily on the daily basis, we have to generate report. So like positive scenarios basically. So we have to automate those scenarios so that like at the time of every regression cycle or every another test cycle, we can execute those automated tests so that at least the things get work as per the requirement. So I'll pick those on the basis of these parameters.
Right. So if this question is asked to you in a real-time interview, what you can answer is, see, if it's a desktop-based application, you can go for Venium tool. If it's a combination of both web as well as desktop, then you can go with Selenium plus Java, and Venium is also available, right? And if it's more of a desktop or Windows-based tool, then you can go for robotic process automation. In that again, you have automation anywhere. You have UiPath, Blue Prism available. Those kind of tools are available. If the tool, if the software or the application which is to be tested is pertaining to have some kind of images related application, like the images you have to verify, images are properly displayed or not, then you can go for SQL as well. But only the constraint with problem with SQL is that it can work with respect to specified resolutions, right? Specified monitor resolutions. If again the monitor resolution is changed, so those scripts will fail. So these kind of analysis you have to present or you have to propose before the client or customer or management, whoever is asking you for the tool, which kind of automation tool that you will take, right? Okay. Okay, what kind of challenges you have faced in your project with both behavioral as well as technical?
Okay, so behavioral challenges we have faced, sometime we have so many requirement changes, like very, very frequent changes. So this challenge we face sometime, like we have a non-skilled developer we have. So like they have to deliver the code to the build to the tester before doing some testing at their side. It's not just that they build something and they immediately pass it to the tester. So because of that, sometimes it happens like the basic things like smoke testing even not done. So because of that, it's basically like time we are not managing properly there. And technical challenges we are facing, sometime environment is not set up properly. Sometimes we have to test on dev environment as well as on test environment. And sometimes it happens because of deadline we only have to test on the dev environment, like parallel development is doing done and we are testing it on the dev environment. And like we got some 1 day or 2 day to test on the test environment, and immediately we need to pass it to the end user, to like customer, to get the UAT done. So these are the challenges basically we face. Apart from this, behavioral challenges, like sometimes we report some issue, so developer is not getting agreed on those points. So like we have arranged some meeting with the product owner and with the requirement will trace those things again. So this problem we faced. Sometimes things happens like I reported some bug and that is not reproducible at the development side. So because this happens, it's a kind of intermittent issue. So if this happens, so this challenge is also I face. Apart from that, uh, yeah, only these things comes in my mind right now.
Yeah, this is good. Okay, great. Now let me show you one Selenium code. Okay. Are you able to see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. Now this is a small program. that I have created. This is a small program, and the automation script that is being developed over here is to put items into the cart. So we have automated an e-commerce based website. And what this code will do, it is supposed to go to the page where that particular item is located and add it to the cart. Like in an e-commerce website, let's say if you want to purchase shoes or if you want to purchase anything, so you will select that product, add it to the cart, right? You will locate that item and add them to the cart. Then you will go to the next screen where you have to enter the billing information, right? So that will be taken care by the different Java class, right? But over here, whenever I am running this particular code, this is the code, this is the entire Java file. Okay.
Mhm.
So you can see this is the website related to shopping, right? E-commerce based website. And I'm launching it. And whenever I'm running this particular code, right? So what I'm getting is I'm getting one sort of exception. I'm getting one exception, unable to locate element, right? No such element exception. So why do you think okay, two questions. First of all, why do you think this exception is coming? And second, how will you tackle this exception? Like how will you make sure that this exception is taken care via automation script?
Okay, what I understood here is like we have one locator.
Hmm.
We are searching with via ID.
Hmm.
So we are getting this exception because this element is not like it's present in the DOM, but we are not getting it on the web page. Basically, maybe because of the page load is not yet done, and like it started searching those elements in the web page.
Hmm.
So for that, we can put implicit wait so that it'll wait, or better we can put some explicit wait so that it will wait for this element to get appear on the web page. After that, we'll start searching this element, and we can put some try catch block as well to handle such kind of exception
Hmm.
scenario.
Okay, great, wonderful. Yeah, this is the right answer. It can be handled via implicit or explicit wait. That's how you will tackle this situation. Okay. Now I'm giving you one more scenario with respect to automation script. Okay. Now suppose consider it's a Gmail kind of application. In Gmail, what we generally do is we enter username and password, and then we click on login button, and then we are redirected to the Gmail inbox where all the mails are being loaded. Right now, this thing is working fine when you do manual testing. But in automation, what is happening is you enter your username and password, and as soon as you click on login button, there is a loader kind of an icon that is coming on that screen. After some duration, that Gmail inbox is getting loaded, right? Now you have kept assertions, you have developed the automation script, everything is there, but you don't know to what time that loader icon will display, right? And sometimes it might load, it might, go to that Gmail inbox directly within 1 second or 2 seconds. Sometimes that loader might not come as well. If it's a Gmail inbox with very less number of emails, it will come very soon. In that case, automation script won't fail. But if Gmail inbox is such in which lot of emails are there, it will take a lot of time to load. So that loader icon will be there. But again, that is a dynamic thing. So how will you handle this thing by automation?
Uh, I'm exactly not sure, but I guess there was
Do you
one
want me
method.
to repeat the question?
Yeah, no. I understood your question. Maybe what we can do is like we put some condition. We can check the header. So we'll put some condition like when we got this header, like the page load, maybe header. I can say what some like if the login inbox page we have, so it have some kind of headers we have, so we'll write those code like if we are on this page and we verify that those headers with our script, so that I'm not sure exactly what I'm trying to answer.
So
uh,
header means you are trying to tell the Gmail inbox header after loading what it is coming, that you are trying to tell.
Yeah, maybe some element we can pass, like if we find this element on the page, like after loading, if we find those elements, then start doing assertion. Uh, like maybe some element we can pass there.
Hmm. So what kind of element? Like,
And, I'm not sure about it.
okay, no worries. See, this is a mock interview. Even if you don't know the answer of any question, that is totally fine. Now, there are two kinds of solutions that you can apply to this problem statement. One is you can keep a loop. You can take the locator of that element, which is coming sometimes, which is a dynamic loader, I would say for now. You can take the XPath or CSS or ID, whatever consistent locator you are getting for that element, and keep in a loop condition. So you will run the loop and you can print out some statement, or you can tell the script to wait till that loader is there, right? Okay, this is one of the solution. Second thing is you can have a word with the development team and you can ask them what are the conditions when this loader is coming in, what are the methods to move forward from this loader, right? So they might tell, okay, if you click on that loader, then your screen might get developed, might get come up, right? Sometimes what happens, when we run the automation, so if you don't touch the machine, so it might go in the hanging state. So it seems like no one is controlling it. So it might take its own good time to load the things. But it might also happen that you might hit some mouse click on somewhere on the screen, or just move mouse from one place to another place. Then also that loader might go away, right? That
Yeah,
can
some
also
kind of manual intervention is
yes,
needed
yes,
sometimes.
absolutely. Because sometimes, this nightly automation suite which are running. So those are running from 9 p.m. to maybe morning 7 p.m., 7 a.m., 6 a.m. So these things might happen during that time, right?
Maybe because of sometime network is not coming properly, so it started loading, and
Mhm.
like if we refresh the page, it works fine. So like otherwise, if we don't touch the page, it's keep on loading and loading. It happens sometime.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Great. Okay. Now coming to the next question. Um, okay. Now let's say you had scheduled your automation suite to run via CI/CD pipeline. Okay. You have configured the Jenkins pipeline to run your automation suite on nightly, daily basis, right? Now, when you schedule your automation suite in the night, it is supposed to run from 10 p.m. to 4 a.m., right? 6 hours of cycle is there. On Monday, you came to know that it ran from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m., right? But on after 2 a.m., it stopped running all of a sudden, right? Then Tuesday, you again triggered it, it was running fine. Wednesday, you again triggered it, was running fine. Thursday, Friday, it is running fine. But only on Monday, this issue is happening. It is getting started at 10 p.m. and after 2 a.m., it is not doing anything. It is just getting all the scripts after 2 a.m. are getting failed. So, how will you find the root cause for this kind of automation failure?
Maybe because of server is not responding on
Mm,
a specific day, because this if we are hitting any APIs or anything, so it's like they are going to the server and taking out the resources values, and then so maybe because of that we can check the logs, like what error we are getting in the logs, especially on Monday.
mm,
Uh, so we can identify those, and we can take help from the development team. Maybe if I'm not able to identify those issues, so we can try those, because it is a day dependent. Otherwise, all day it is working fine. So like maybe some specific problem it occurs on Monday. So I thought it was a server kind of issue
mm.
that we are facing.
Absolutely. Yeah, these can be the common things. Another common thing over here can be that the application might be going in the maintenance mode on Monday during that time
Mm.
period. And you might reach out to client that with because of their maintenance mode, your automation is getting failed. The another kind of dependency can be that, as you were mentioning about API calls. Now those API calls are dependent on some sort of VPN connection which you have to connect before running the automation suite. And after 2 a.m., those VPN connections might be getting impacted, or your VPN might get disconnected. So everything will fail, right? So
Right.
this is how you can tackle this kind of
This
questions.
kind of issue we are getting like after the code is like if the maintenance time we are getting, so after code get production on production and then we are running the automation tool, and
Mm,
that's we are getting those issues.
right. Okay. Okay. Now consider a situation where you have done the automation, you have created an automation framework, you or your team has created an automation framework for a web application which is available in the English language, right? English language. Now that application is going to get converted into the Japanese language, right? So what do you think? Will your automation framework be useful to them? Or if you have to modify or update your automation framework, so which are the key things which you would like to update first on priority?
Okay, so if it is changing to Japanese language, basically our automation, we are locating those elements if we are doing on the X path on the basis of ID and all. So that's not going to change if the code is stable. But if we are searching any locator with the name, so that may get effect. So I'll try to look into those locators, and like anything we are searching based on the name, because it's an English language, so it have solution text right on that, and if we are searching on basis on the solution text, we got the issue, like our test script got failed. So I'll find those locators first. Another thing, mm, I'm not sure about like what other things we have.
Okay. Now in your framework, there will be one thing like common controls would be there, like the logging mechanism, the logs which you have used. Or if you have some mechanism to, if it's a data-driven framework and you have implemented some mechanism to read data from Excel file, so that code
Mm.
remain as it is, that will remain same. Then if you have to generate the reports, maybe extend reports you have used, or maybe test engine reports, those things will also remain same. Those will be intact. The mechanism to send email notifications, those things will be as it is. What would actually changes the locators, the elements, the pages. So you will first go and update your smoke test scenarios, because smoke test is one of the thing that will be executed every time whenever your release is done, or whenever any new deployment or any changes has been committed or pushed, right? So first of all, you will be updating your smoke test, and whichever code is there which is related to the smoke testing, that thing you need to take on priority first, right? Once smoke testing is done, then you will identify which are the other scenarios those are critical from business point of view, right? So then you can come up to them. Then if there are some related scenarios in which the billing is coming into the picture, for example in English, when that application was there, so you were getting the billing information, or billing was done in the currency such as euros or pounds. In the Japanese, some other currency would be there. So those scenarios we would be taking care, because that is related to business transactions, right?
Mm.
So again,
Like
those
if we have some payment page, so
absolutely. Yeah.
like
So now we were
we have
discussing
to.
about that e-commerce website. So such kind of website is there, right? Then second thing is some kind of toast messages or some kind of pop-up messages. Those are coming like yes, no kind of wizard messages are coming. Those also you can take up, because if you change the code for any one of the pop-up or message, then also everything can be same code can be implemented other places as well. You just have to give the reference, right? So this is how you can create a strategy of the things which are impacting business first. You can change, update them on priority basis, right? And then you can focus on other things, the regression test cases and whichever other things are there, right?
Yeah. Right.
Now there is an e-commerce based application. Let's say Flipkart is there. Now you have to do the performance testing of that application, right? So which are the scenarios that you will validate as a part of performance testing?
Okay, so exactly performance testing haven't done, but as a tester, like I can think of to make the any application is better performance we can do. So it's like if we are loading the page, how much time it will take to load the page. Let's say if I have an e-commerce website and if I am adding things to the cart, so like it is not taking so much time to adding things in the cart and like searching if I'm searching uh, like any accessories on the e-commerce website, so it will make me search those accessories in like very less minimal time. And after then performance testing we can check like if sometime in a sale so many users try to do shopping on the e-commerce website. So in that case, a website should not stop working. Like it should handle the load so that we'll try to do these kind of performance testing on the application. Apart from this, the major thing is like payment. Like if we are doing some payment for purchasing any product, and if it is going to the payment gateway, so it should not stop in between, or it should go properly to the payment page. So that kind of performance testing will test on the e-commerce website. And it's like login page we can verify, like but performance basis, like on the performance basis we can verify on the login page is that if we are not able to log in, like we forgot the password, then we have the forgot password functionality, and it's not like taking so much time to resetting our password. So it will allow us to log in within a milliseconds. So kind of these things we can validate.
See, performance testing is more related to the response time of an API, or how much response time, how much time the screen is taking to get loaded. When it comes to login, you can check with n number of users. Let's say the Flipkart application is just an example. It should support 50,000 users can log in concurrent at single time. So you can check the response time of multiple users during that time. You can check whether all the users have been logged in into some particular time duration which has been written in the user story as per the discussion with the stakeholder or customer, right? It should not happen like first user has logged in immediately. First 100 users have logged in immediately. For users above 25,000, it is still loading. And for users
Yeah.
above 40,000 to 50,000, still that login screen is only displayed after clicking on login button also.
Mm.
There's nothing happening. So these kind of scenarios you can test, right? Then as you
Yeah.
were mentioning about payment thing. So whenever you are doing payment, right? Or at that time also you can do concurrent testing along with performance testing, like bulk users, many users trying to test that particular functionality or test that feature together. Then what is the response time? Are they all getting success messages if they all have valid balance in their account, right? Or everyone is redirected to the 503 or bad gateway kind of errors, right? So what is happening over there? So this kind of testing you can do in performance. Okay, Ankita, I'm done with the interview. Do you have any questions for me?
Okay. So, like, first, I want to say thank you to you. So, like, you gave me chance because it's a kind of warm up thing. I haven't been any interview like since past 5 6 years. So,
Oh.
like, what feedback you gave to me regarding this interview?
Mhm. Right. So, see, if I go to the manual testing questions, scenario-based questions, team-related questions, because your experience is more, so those are absolutely fine. But when it comes to automation-related questions, again, if it comes to something like this kind of exception is there, like no such element exception, element not found, stale element reference exceptions. So that idea also you are having good. I mean, you have got a very sound knowledge on automation as well. But when it comes to scenario-based questions and mixture of automation, like what will happen in this condition, what will happen in this situation, so you will
Yeah.
have to work on those kind of situation-based questions, right? And
Right.
it will come up to you very soon as you will be giving interviews. You will be getting confidence like what kind of questions are asked. After giving 2 or 3 interviews, or maybe 5 to 6 interviews, it depends on individual to individual experience. Then you will get confident. No, no, okay, this kind of question is fine to me. It has been asked prior also, or similar kind of question has come up to me. So I need to tackle in this. But you will have to give some interviews. And sometimes, during while giving answers, you knew the answer behind your at the back end of the mind, there is a thought process going on, and it is
Yes,
going on in the right direction. You know that answer, but somehow there is a sort of worry, there is a sort of nervousness that I saw on your face, which you have to overcome, right? Because see, if you will worry, then automatically interviewer will also get worried, like whether is she not able to answer or what, right? So you have to be very calm, you have to be very cool during the interview. Even if you are giving wrong answer, then also they won't be able to catch, because that atmosphere would be such that they will feel okay, now this kind of conversation
yeah,
is going on in the positive direction. But if you will get nervous, or if you will get tensed, then automatically the interviewer will be taking time. He might ask some more questions to make sure that whether you are fit for that job or not, which should not happen.
it
If you are a correct candidate, then within 20 minutes they will come to know, yes, she is the right candidate for the job.
right.
Right. So that kind
Yeah,
of,
thanks for your feedback.
okay. So thank you so much, and wish you all the best for your career.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, Krish, for
Thank you.